Hey there, if you're running online lessons at the moment, I'm going to give you a few quick tips in this video that are going to help you fix some of the most common audio and video issues that teachers have with online lessons in Zoom. The first tips are to do with your audio. If the audio is cutting out or you're having problems with it, these tips might help. Number one, make sure to minimize background noise. Don't have people behind you making soup or whatever. Don't have a mouse sitting on the desk that's constantly clicking, because the mic is going to pick that up and it's going to think that somebody is talking and try and pick out that noise from the background if it's too loud. So that's the first thing, is just to try and make everything around you quiet. Sounds simple, but sometimes there can be something that we've neglected to turn off in the background. The second tip is to do with if your audio is cutting out when the piano plays. Not what we want as piano teachers. The way Zoom is set up is for talking. So sometimes it's going to think that the music playing is actually in the background, and it's going to try and tune it out so that everybody can hear what you're saying. However, that's not what you always want when you're a piano teacher. So let me show you that setting right inside Zoom that sometimes needs to be fixed. So this is my Zoom right now. I have the video off so as not to confuse you, because it would be behind what I'm saying right here. But what I need to do is just go up to the settings. So this is on a Mac. It'll look slightly different on Windows, but it's in the preferences or the settings. And what you're going to do is go to audio. And then here, where it says automatically adjust microphone volume, you don't want that checked. Okay? So you just want to adjust that so that it doesn't cut out in the middle of you saying something. If you're still having audio issues, you might want to consider plugging in an external microphone or having your student do that on their end if that's where the issues are. So you can get a USB mic like this. This is a Zoom H1. It's actually an audio recorder that I have in my studio anyway, because I find it handy for recording student performances in person. But it also acts as a USB mic. I also have this mic right here. This is what I'm actually using. This is a podcasting mic. It is not designed for the purpose I'm using it for right now, but it's what I have on hand. So I wouldn't encourage you to jump out and buy that, but if you have something like that on hand, go for it. If you're actually shopping for something right now, the cheapest option that's going to improve things is going to be a lavalier mic like this. These are simple. There's loads of different brands. All of them I found to be pretty much fine. Just go by the reviews that are on Amazon or wherever you're buying it. If you're using a phone or something that has a headphone jack, you can get one that just plugs right into the headphone jack. If you're using a computer, you're going to want to get a USB version. So either search for headphone jack or USB, lavalier or lapel mic, and that's going to be the cheapest way to improve the quality of your audio. But try those other tips first so you don't have to go out and buy anything. Okay, on to the video issues then. What goes wrong with the video most commonly? Well, the first couple of things are about the positioning of the camera. Sometimes we just can't see because of where it is. So make sure the camera is beside you, beside the piano, to the side, at eye level. So have your student position it there and position it there for yourself as well. If you only have one camera, one device, then that's the positioning I would go for. Put it beside the piano at eye level, so quite high. You need to bring it up so that we can see what's going on, and you might want to angle it slightly down so that you can see the keys on your student's end. Make sure you're using the largest screen that you own that will work with your online setup. Don't use a phone. It's so hard to see what's going on a little phone screen. Try to use a computer or an iPad. Ideally a computer, because you're going to have more different settings inside a computer. Our final set of issues are for when those things didn't work and you're still having an audio and video issues. You've miscategorized them if that's happening. They're actually internet issues. They're normally problems with the internet, and these are actually the most common. So what I'm going to show you now is a speed test so you can check if it's a problem with your internet or maybe it's your student's internet that's causing the problem. So if you go to Google or any search engine and just look for an internet speed test, normally one will pop up right up the top, so you don't even have to do that. There's one baked into Google, or you can go to any of the links that pop up there. I'm just going to use Google's one. And it's going to run a test on both the upload and download speeds. So normally when we talk about internet, most people are talking about this first one. This is the download speed. You see it says 330 megabits per second, download. Now we want the upload speed. So most people only care about the download speed because they're streaming videos, they're downloading stuff, or they're playing online games, which is also downloading stuff. But when we're on a video call, our upload speed is really, really important. So mine are quite high. I have good, strong internet connection. You'll see Google categorizes it as very fast, which is excellent. But anything above 10 should be all right for your uploads. However, the higher you can get it, the better. So if you're having trouble with your internet on your end, there's a few things that you can do. First thing you can do is you can try and plug your computer into the actual modem. So instead of using the Wi-Fi, if you have an Ethernet cable that's like a phone cable, like the old-fashioned kind, it looks similar, you're going to plug that into the modem and into your computer, if that's possible. That's the number one easiest way to fix this, is to plug in directly. It might just improve your problem. The next idea is to move the actual Wi-Fi router. You're going to want to make sure you know what you're doing here so that you can still plug it in the different spot, or that the cable stretches or whatever, but actually moving it closer to where you have your piano set up is going to be helpful. Or if you can, move your piano. If it's a digital piano and you're going to be able to move it closer to the modem, and that's easier than moving the modem to the piano, go for that. That'll work as well. If you can't do either of those things, or if you've already tried them and it's not high enough and you're still having a lot of issues with your internet, then I recommend calling your internet provider. See if they can fix things for you. See if they can change things around. Sometimes you've been put on one channel and it's actually just really crowded, and they can switch you just over the phone. Some internet providers now, it depends how helpful they are, they can switch you over the phone right to another channel, and that can fix the problem. Or you can increase your account and go for a higher quality internet connection if one is available. Now, that's all if it's your internet that's the issue. If it's your student's internet that's the problem, you're going to want to give them the same recommendations. Encourage them to plug it in if they can, get them to move the piano or move the internet modem, or get an internet repeater if they can't do either of those things, to improve any blurriness, any jumping, any audio cutting in and out that isn't caused by that little trick I showed you at the start there. That's all going to be probably due to your internet or the student's internet. So get those things fixed and hopefully your lessons will run that much more smoothly.